Let's see. All right, so I'm live. So I think
Oh,
something's gonna pop up and say that. I
yeah,
think it might have to take you back to your Google though, and
it
just
said that it was live. It just popped up on mine that it was live.
so
So,
is it connected to like to your YouTube?
oh no, I think it's just on yours.
Okay, because I know you could do that because I did that with Fat Samurai guy when I was on his channel. He said there should be something right there that says you could go live to on your end. I was like, oh, okay, so I know I did that, and it did pop up in my channel and it got saved.
I have
So
no idea. Which
there
I'm
should
not
be.
logged into StreamYard. I'm just under
Oh,
the guest thing right now, so that probably explains that. But I don't do a lot of live streaming and stuff, so I'm kind of this is all kind of new to me. So.
yeah, because I'm guessing the last time you've done any of these live streams, it must have been through the Google days, right?
Yeah, I think so. I jumped on one like on a Saturday night stream that the guys do, but that was probably 2 years ago. And then I did
Yeah.
one on my channel. So
All right. All right. So let's see. I know people are going to be coming in eventually, but anyways, let's go ahead and just start. Because regardless, I get into it, we just start talking about it, and then like eventually they could just watch it later. So,
okay.
so you guys don't know this is Metal Around the World. It's been. Maybe I should introduce you first. Anyways, I don't think I need to introduce you. You're classy Lonnie.
And
Everyone knows your channel.
shout out to Jax for hitting me at just the right time. I am notorious for being hard to get a hold of, and especially getting on chats and on live streams. It's something not pretty new to me. So shout out to her for hitting. I think the meds were set in just right. I was like, yeah, I'll do that. So
Yeah, and for all you guys don't know, like for years, I think we've always said like you're like the metal encyclopedia. Like you are, what's it called? What is that one website where all the metal bands? I forgot what it's called. Metal.
no, the
Is,
Metallum Encyclopedia
yeah,
Metallum.
yeah. I was gonna
No,
say the same thing as you. I totally forgot. But anyway, so yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure you guys know because like yeah, he has a huge collection. If you ever see a CD or whatever you want out, it's probably because he ordered like 10 of them. So that's probably why. So he's the reason for that. And didn't you say like in your last house, like your old house, like you were doing like a sinkhole because of all the heavy metal
yeah,
music you had?
the floor started caving in the house that we moved from. So actually, I've had two houses where the floors were caving in because of the CDs. So unfortunate, but I was renting at the time, so it wasn't as bad. So
So you didn't care, like whatever. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. So fun facts about Romania. Apparently, I found out like their forests are like not just haunted, but even the animals are scared to go in. And apparently, there's like UFO sightings there.
wow,
I did want to go and visit their forest because I heard how creepy they were. But as soon as you tell me UFO, I'm out. I
right.
could deal with a demon, but don't. As soon as I hear like UFOs or aliens, I'm like, I'm not. No, I'm not in.
Well, I
So,
mean, and I live in the middle of nowhere, so UFOs that's a no around here. So
all right. So also forgive us if maybe you're better at it than I am, but a lot of these names are Romanian, and
yeah, it's going to be rough.
yeah, just because I'm Mexican and I can speak Spanish does not mean I could pronounce Romanian names. I hate that shit. They're like, well, Romanian's a Latin language. That doesn't mean it's the same. That's like saying English and Norwegian are the same shit. No, they are not.
Right.
Just because they're both under like what is it, the Anglo accent or whatever it's called. So, anyways, let's get started. Let's start with the first band, Negura Bunget. I think that's how I said it.
Well, that was kind of fitting too because their band name means dark, foggy forest.
Yeah.
So that
We
kind of
just
that's a
talked
good
about
way
the
to start.
foggy forest. Yeah. So
And,
it's
and
an
they
atmosphere. Go ahead.
okay, go ahead. I was
Okay. All right. So it's a dark atmospheric black metal band with like prog and folk in it, right? I hopped around listening to a few albums from Tao and Zhao. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to do this with a straight face. This is no disrespect. It's just me laughing because I'm nervous of I'm gonna butcher these names, which I already did. Um, there's a lot of lengthy tracks on here.
yeah.
Um, um, there's mainly about like there's what they be singing is about. Oh, hey Anubis, what's up? He's especially into black metal. He could tell you a lot about black metal. so he probably knows this band like
more than me, I'm sure. So
yeah. But I just know like they're more about like nature, their spirituality and Transylvania, because I think they're more part of that Romania's like divided in threes, I believe. So there's that Transylvania side. So I know like they're more about that area than spirituality and mythology and stuff like that. There's the problem what I had with this band. It wasn't bad. I think they're great if you were to put them in like in a motion picture soundtrack or something, but it was just too lengthy. There was a lot of slow parts and I would like fall asleep.
yeah,
So
that's fair. Especially you can run into that with atmospheric black metal. I mean, it's pretty easy to do that, especially on some of the more folky
yeah.
atmospheric black metal bands. That can become an issue at sometimes. So, which
Yeah.
you mentioned, that's actually my favorite album from the band. But it may seem strange. I actually don't own anything from this project. Their members kind of bleed over into some of the other
Yeah.
projects that we're going to talk about, but I
Yeah.
don't own anything from I guess Nagura Budget. I can't pronounce it either. So
Yeah. Well, eventually I found out it was just Bunget. I was like, you just don't.
Bunget.
I know. I think everyone thinks you have to do shit like that, but no. Yeah, no. It's just sometimes I know, like, especially with the last album. I think the last album. Oh God, I don't even think I put it down here, or maybe it was out. I can't remember. The names are all. But Om was the one that did stick out the most. Yeah, it did stick out the most. That's why I can remember that one easily. But yeah, just sometimes out of nowhere, I'll have like those shredded like sounds of guitar just out of nowhere. I was like, I feel like this is misplaced, you know? But
Right.
I don't think I would have had that much of a problem with it if it wasn't too lengthy. Like if we would have kept the 6 or 7 minutes, fine. But 13 minutes, no. I don't need I don't need 13 minutes of it. All right, Anubis is like hardcore fan. We're not trashing them or anything. We're just I mean, there is a good sound. It's just like I can't deal with 13 minutes on just one song. That's the thing. But yeah, like you said, the members like they came in wins and they all bleed in to like other bands as well. Did you want to say anything else before we move on to the segue of it?
Yeah, well, like there's kind of like two. For me, it feels like there's two versions of Nagura. Would you say Bunget?
Bunget,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, because they pretty much changed all members at one point, except for the main driving force, Gabriel, the one that has passed, the one behind the band.
Mhm.
And you said the last album stuck out to you the most, and the last two albums were probably my least favorite of the two. I like the first. I don't know. They were putting out albums for like 20 years, but maybe the
Yeah.
first three or so were probably my favorite from the
Well,
band. But
I didn't mean like they stuck out. Ohm stuck out, but Ohm was in like
2006 is
yeah, no,
when.
that one stuck out. The other two, I guess because when I was like looking them up, those were the first two that popped out and people were talking about too. Like nobody else was talking about the other stuff.
Right.
So, and that's why I was like saying like there was like a lot of out of nowhere, just these shrieking guitars that just came out of fucking nowhere. And it was just there.
And the last album that was actually released after his death. That was stuff that they had recorded. What's up, Rick? Stuff that they had recorded while he was still alive, and for me that last album felt like just something was off. Maybe just because it was recorded. I mean, like structured together after he had passed, and it just with him being the driver, he was kind of the leader of that band from what I could tell, and it just that 2020 album it just felt off to me. I couldn't get into that one.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and segue into Sur Us Through, which is with some of the members who went to go form.
Right.
I felt like it was a little bit better. I felt like it was a lot more better.
Yeah, I
Um,
did too.
I definitely could like what's it called? I mean, it was still slow, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't as bad. Like I could definitely listen to it. I could definitely do some witchcraft to it for sure. If I wanted to go in the forest. Yeah, I could
Well,
definitely
and that band was consisted of like the new members that he brought in. I think it was around 2013 or so when he just changed out the entire band, and he kind of wanted to go a more folkier
yeah,
route with that. And I think
for
that
sure. It
band
is way more folkier. I
and
don't think mhm.
and
Go
they
ahead.
just kind of carried that torch for him. And I really enjoy. I think they have what, two albums out.
Yeah, they only have
Yeah,
two.
yeah, and
There
they're both
wasn't there wasn't that much progressive in it, like in the other albums, for
Right,
sure. And I think that's why, because we all know how I feel about prog metal and prog rock. So I think that was also another reason why I just couldn't get down with it. But I think that's why I like Sir Astro a lot better.
right.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? You have anything to say about them before moving on to the next one?
No, I just kind of feel, as I was saying, that it's just a
Yeah. Well, they only
continuation.
had 2 albums anyway, so it's not like you could definitely find their music videos. I don't think Negro Bunget had like any music videos, or if it was just like probably lyrical or something.
Right.
Yeah, I see. You got a fan. Human brisket. I
I'm
see your
waiting for
comments,
the
Lonnie.
trolls to move over here because I get some strange comments. So that's
It's fine. It'll boost the views.
well, there we go.
Like, yeah, it's fine. It'll boost the views. But yeah. Anyways, the other one I know. Okay, is the one I forgot to send to you. Oh boy. Okay. The name. I might as well just type them down here. Let's see. So the
Yeah,
next
because
one is
yeah,
Sid
that one's rough.
Z. Hold on. That will help out a lot. Yeah. Okay. All right. Is it going? Okay. So I typed it in right there in the comments. Okay, people. Okay, thank you for messaging me on Instagram right now. Not right now. Senzi says three. Okay. So that was just a symphonic black metal band. They've been around since 2007. And yes, I'm looking at my notes before everybody's like, what is she looking at? My notes. I don't have a good memory. I don't. The albums I was listening to, like he kind of has like the lead singer. There's 2 singers. One of them tries to sound like Danny Filth. He really does
Yeah.
try. But and then I just didn't like on the last album, like how a violin just came out of nowhere. I'm like, okay, like I
There's
get,
like there's like 9 or 10 members in that
yeah,
band.
there was a
There's a
lot.
lot going on. It's it can get a little disjointed at times, but
Yeah, it wasn't well organized at all. I mean, they had some good songs. Like I like their okay, I don't think we call this in the metal world, but you know how in the rap world they have like the skits was almost the same thing here. It's like a little like I don't know, it sound like they were going to war or something. I don't know because
right.
like most power symphonic metal bands do. I did like those, like hearing those. I think that was like the best part to tell you the truth. But that and the artwork is just great.
Yeah,
I love
their
it.
artworks, all 5 albums. Like I love the
Yeah.
artwork on all 5. So,
Hi, Skull Diamond.
hello,
But
hello.
yeah, no, it's like that's what I was like. Okay, I like the artwork. It's definitely a band I would still give a chance, though. I wouldn't just like shove it off. I just think because some
Oh yeah,
albums
they're not
they were
bad. It's
better.
just
Yeah.
it's a band that you have to take your time with because there's so much going on. One thing I will say, they have a tendency to get very melodic, and
Mhm.
for some people that enjoy black metal, sometimes that can be a bit of a turnoff. But the fact that they're able to bring that kind of melodicism with that many different people going all at once, it's kind of wild. But it just can feel a little busy for me sometimes.
And sometimes I felt like, especially with the last album, which is like Ultimo Loop, I felt like the vocals, you couldn't even hear them because the music was just overpowering.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. Unlike the other albums, which were fine, like I could hear them and everything. So that was the thing. The last album wasn't the best. So if you guys were to check them out, also I think I forgot to link it, but yeah, every time when I do one of these metal around the worlds, I do a Spotify playlist of whatever music I could find, so you can listen to it there and then add it to your playlist if you want. But yeah, I think that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then they sing about like Roman mythology and stuff like that. Um, Anyways, Chaos Cult.
I enjoyed them.
Me
This
too.
was it was my introduction to them when you sent me this, and I actually really liked it. It was only I think 3 tracks on
As
their
an EP.
EP, but
Yeah.
the second track, Human Shield, that one I love that one.
I
That
think
one
that was
had
their
me.
popular one too.
If that one doesn't get your head going, I mean, some people hear groove metal and immediately turn off, but the fact that it's more death metal than groove metal, it's just
Mhm.
I just wrote down groove laden death metal. I mean, it was a good 12 minutes. I enjoyed all of it, and
Yeah.
the singer they do a fantastic job. I believe they're non-binary, so trying to be respectful, use the right pronouns.
See,
But
you were able to find more stuff than I could. I was like, I'm trying to look up information.
but they do a really good job on the vocals on that. I was super impressed.
Yeah, no, I pretty much can't say anything bad about them. I thought they were pretty good. It was like straight to the point, you know, it wasn't anything like, you know, over the top or underwhelming or anything like that. It was like straight to the point. Here's our medal. You know what I mean? And it was pretty good. It got your head banging and everything, it's like you said. But good for you that you were able to find more info because I couldn't find. I was just like,
I'm a nerd on this stuff, so it's just I have to kill time at work somehow.
and that's good. At least I introduced you to something because usually
Right.
you know everything. I'm like, well,
I,
you,
I didn't see any physical copies, so hopefully
yeah.
I'll have to dig a little deeper. They may have put out either some tapes or CDs or something, but I'll have to look into that one a little bit. Of course, it's probably sold out now. It came out in what 2015, so it's been out a bit. But where
Yeah,
there's a will, there's a way to find it.
yeah, I'm just typing down the name in case people are wondering. Yeah, it's I think they're like the only chaos cult to tell you the truth. Just type in chaos
Right.
cult Romania and you'll see the EP.
And the name of the EP is just one
One
Roman numeral
Roman
one.
numeral one. Yeah. Okay. Next band. Hopefully I can say it right. I almost want to say pineal gland because that's what I think they're referring to, but it's like pineal era.
Yeah.
So it's like an atmospheric black metal band. They only have one EP. There is another band with only an EP out. Um, it's pretty good. Like I could definitely hear like melodic side of it too. The name, I looked up what the name is basically like, yeah, is like the theme overall to the band with the name is just like it's trying to activate that subconscious part of your mind and like trying to bring out your dark desires to
Well,
form. I don't know. It was something I was
that
like, well,
actually makes sense with the music.
yeah,
That
it
actually
makes sense with
works,
the
doesn't it?
music very, very much. Yeah. Um, so what's it called? So yeah, I don't know. I pretty much don't really have anything bad to say. I mean, it was pretty good. It was pretty much to the point as well. What about you?
Yeah, it was kind of like the atmospheric. When I listen to the atmospheric black metal, this is the style that I enjoy. And I don't know if you use Bandcamp or not, but
Sometimes.
I listened to this over and over where Bandcamp pretty much forced me to have to buy it. So actually, it said it's time to open your heart or your wallet. So you actually just from the one share that you gave and getting me to check out this band, they did sell one digital copy of their album. They didn't have physicals, but I did purchase this on Bandcamp. So they pretty much forced me. It said open your heart or your wallet, and I did both. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. One thing about it too is I guess the keyboards, with it being a one man project, the he was able to use like these symphonics in it to create the atmospheres, and I found that kind of impressive. The way that he was able to pull that off, it was a really good listen, and I've definitely been spending some time with that one. So that's another one that I can thank you for. My bank account doesn't, but I do.
Like my bank account hates you. Or at least you have a bank account. Right now
I,
is like I don't want to talk about it.
that bank account is hurting, so it's
No, I get you. I didn't get paid on my last what's it called payroll because I changed my bank accounts and they were like,
yeah.
no, you were supposed to change it 2 weeks in advance. I was like, well, how the hell am I supposed to know that? Nobody tells you that. So I have to wait till this week to finally get my check. So yeah, I've been hurting. Dude. It's like I've
Hey,
been
but
hurting.
you'll be if they pile up two checks on one, you'll be sitting
Yeah.
pretty there for a little
You
bit,
also got to remember my birthday was
right?
after
Yeah,
so and how much I spent on that hotel, like in that
right.
fancy hotel I was at. Yeah. So that was like, fuck, I was supposed to pay it off with that money. But anyways, but you're right. I gotta look on the bright side because you're very optimistic. But anyways, this band, there's really not that much to say unless you surprise me. Anastasia, the one with the lead singer is a girl. There was only like 3 songs. I found their YouTube channel. I don't even really know what their music is about. See, at least with like Pineal era, I could tell you right away what their music was about. Chaos Cult is pretty much straight to the point, you know, as well as Sura Stru and Negura Bunkit is like it's black metal, talking about like their spirituality and all that. I could tell you all that.
Right.
I can't tell you what exactly her stuff is about. I just know she's symphonic melodic power metal. She has an EP out. Um, yeah. It's like it's pretty decent though. It's good stuff. It's not exactly my favorite, but
Right. That's kind of how I feel about it too. It wasn't bad. It was like the music had like this punchy feel, for lack of a better term. It like the only way I could think of is like the way Children of Bodom used to do it. That like the keyboard like punch in,
Mhm.
and she's able to do her vocals in a way where it feels like she's punching in with the keyboards, if that makes any sense
Yeah, she's
whatsoever.
doing
It's
it along
something
with
I
the
think
keyboards
you'll
basically.
have to listen to get it. But I mean, it wasn't bad. Would it be my first choice to listen to if I wanted some power metal? Probably not.
No.
But to be fair, it was a debut EP, so I mean, but that was 6 years ago, so I don't
Yeah,
know if
I know they're still around, just nothing new has came out.
right. I
So,
I will say too, with English probably not being her
yeah.
number one language, like her accent for me felt like it added something, like almost made like the vocals an extra instrument at times in the actual song for me personally. But me having the fact that I don't play any type of instrument or that type, like sometimes I kind of lean on the vocals a little bit more, just as something that I can relate to. So
Yeah. No, understandable. Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad we were both on the same topic
right.
because I know sometimes with me, I'll be like, I didn't get it. Like, I always sound like the negative one because I'm not going to lie. Romania, I mean, so far the country, I've done a few metal around the worlds already. And so far, like Romania, it was okay. It wasn't bad. Unlike the Baltics where I talked so much trash, I couldn't get into the like I know I don't know if it was Lithuania. I think I got not only a lot of views, I couldn't believe it, but it was all people from there talking trash to me. It wasn't that bad though. They could have got worse, but I was like, but then when I looked back at it, I was like, you know what? You got off work. You should have waited on your day off to really properly like talk about it. But you wanted to get the video out and
Right.
everything, So I was like, yeah, I was a mess in that video, but I hated the music from there so badly.
Well, and to like put yourself out there on YouTube anyway, you have to have thick skin. I mean,
Yeah,
it just comes with the territory. It's a
because I'm not gonna lie, with a lot of the music I listen to with Romania, it's probably stuff I'm not. There's a couple. We'll get into it. There's a few songs I did like, but it's not like my. But I don't dislike it just because I know this is like popular music that probably somebody else does love.
right.
Well, I'm trying to wrap my head around why Lithuania. Or Estonia. Oh my god, no, that was okay. Carry on. Um, the band that I fucked up the name on. I'm gonna leave that one to you. I only heard one song.
Okay. We're going to talk about some gore grind, death grind. I actually have their EP. This is Click Gore, and they are a three-person project. They do death grind. They dabble into death grind, even some porno grind. Thankfully, they don't go too far into that. That's a genre that for me personally, I just can't get into. But this band, they do lean more into the grindcore side of things. They have some death metal elements, but with the gore grind, I actually found them to be fun. I had their full length at one time. I don't have it anymore. I just have the EP, but they're on Gorehouse Productions here in the States. And if you're familiar with Gorehouse Productions, then you probably have heard this band already, or you kind of know what to expect with this band. I will say their bassist. I have like a little bit of a crush on her. So, but that's all I've got for Click Gore. It's just kind of those over and over kind of vocals, but it is a fun band. If you want to read through the lyrics and the album titles, I promise you're gonna laugh. So if you're immature like me, then you're gonna laugh. So
And the reason why I said I fucked up, you guys, because I thought he wrote Clit Rot, and I'm over here looking for that band. And I don't know where it landed me on, but it landed me with some slam metal band. And I was like, oh, I can't get into slam metal. So,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'll just leave that to him. And I, sent him a voice message on that. He's like, I can't find a band with that name. And I'm like, what the hell did you wrote then? and then he was like, this is the band. I was like, oh shit. Well, you know what? We're running out of time. I'm just going to leave that up to you then. So yeah, I like total just, I
Yeah.
mean,
And then,
yeah, I
if you start writing Clit Rot in your search history over and over, you're going to have some weird ads coming up.
I was scared too that something like that will pop up. I was like, I'm not going to Google this. I'm going to YouTube this.
Smart, smart.
Yeah. I was like, no, do not Google it, please. I mean, unless you're, I don't know why you would, but okay. Um, but unless you're a doctor and you're studying that. But yeah, so and then the last band I think we got down, I don't know, unless I won't be surprised. I feel like I was missing something, but Mahika. So if I had to choose between them and the other two power metal, symphonic metal, whatever it is, I would choose Mahika more. However, that doesn't mean I didn't find some flaws with it, but they did have some good songs I did like. I think the lead singer's voice sometimes was a little too try hard high pitch, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. But they do have a lot of songs. A lot of them are not on albums though, because they have a Spotify playlist, and it right there it says something like some of these songs are not on albums. So I was like, whatever, I'm here to listen. I'm here to listen.
Well,
But
yeah, because they've been around a long time too, like 20 something years
mhm.
that they've been around. So no, I don't even know how many albums that they have. They remind me a lot of like older Nightwish, like and
Mm,
like if older Nightwish and Within Temptation like merged together. That's kind
yeah.
of the sound that I get from them.
Because there was definitely a melodic feel to them. Like it depends what search engine you go. One of them will say like symphonic metal, and then they'll say like melodic metal. It's like a little of both.
There, I will say, steer clear of their first album. I wrote it down. Scroll of Stone. It came out in I think 2002, and that was I listened to that back then, and I absolutely hated it. And then I found some of their other stuff later on. They had I actually own one, Wolves and Witches. That's probably my favorite album of theirs. But if you're into like the more heavier style of power metal, something that'll be a little bit heavier, they have an album that followed that one. I think it was called Dark Diary. At some point, I want to get my hands on that one as well because it's a pretty solid album as well. But those would probably be the two if you wanted a gateway into that band that I would recommend. But some of their stuff, as you were saying, I feel exactly the same. Like it's almost just too try hard on the vocals. They even feel like they can get a bit pretentious at times, and sometimes that
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just the enunciation or what, but it can be a little off putting.
Yeah, I wasn't sure too, maybe because English is not their first language. Is a lot of these bands, you guys, a lot of their stuff is in both Romanian and English, which I love, by the way, because I love hearing different languages. Um, but sometimes, when I do find a flaw in the English ones, I'm just trying to say, okay, well, maybe it's because it's not their first language. So I
Right.
try to give them the benefit of the doubt as much as I can. But I liked it though. I liked a lot of their songs. I even put it in some of my playlists. So it wasn't a bad, it's like I said, it was like a lot of hit or misses. Let's just say that.
Right.
All right. And now I remember what band I forgot. And I was supposed to go back to it. It was Vespera, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we still got a couple because I want to talk about Argus McGear
that's
as
fine.
well.
We could go like if
Okay.
you have more, I just, I was like, I bet you anything he's gonna have more, which is fine, which is fine.
Okay.
But let me just tell you my issue with Vespera. I looked at they were from the wrong country, the one I was listening to. I was like,
Okay.
they're not Romanian. I was like, and I barely realized that last night. And when I was like doing my notes and everything and re-listening to a lot of the stuff, I was like, they are not Romanian. Well, I forgot where they were from, but they are on that Metal Archives. There we go. That's the name of the website. They were on there. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, there's two. I was like, shit. The other one was a lot harder to find, though. I couldn't, I mean, I probably just didn't research it well. But yeah, just to keep that in mind, you guys, a lot of these bands, doesn't matter what country it's from, especially if they have something like a typical fucking name, you're going to find them in multiple countries. So always keep that in mind. And I don't know how many times I had fucked up on Metal Around the World. So this isn't the first time. And I've even been told in the comments, well, at least they were nice about it, but like, hey, they're not really from there. I'm like, okay. I was like, so I've been told. So yeah, that's why I was like, okay, it's too late. But anyways, you could go ahead and talk about them.
Okay, well, this one was they were different. They were kind of. I've got it. I wrote down gothic dance industrial metal. Um, there were times it felt like I was in a nightclub listening to this. It was not definitely not something that I would personally seek out to listen to. I could see this being something that on a more mainstream level people enjoy. I got a definite the band In This Moment, the
Okay.
maybe around their like Blood album and the one following that kind of
Right.
feel like the one that was getting the kind of mainstream play. I kind of got that feel from it.
Was it
The
the one with Black
vocalist,
Metal Barbie or something like that?
yes, there was something. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was something. I kind of got that feel. I mean, then I'm not the biggest person on industrial
Yeah,
a
me
lot of
neither.
times, but I definitely got that industrial. Listening to this, I kind of the kind of meme or the reels like the gothic like trance kids with the mask and the
Yeah.
parachute pants dancing.
Pastel goths.
Yeah,
I think
I
that's what
could
they're
kind of
called.
see that going.
Or
I
cyber
could see
goths.
them listening to this. But I will say, Theodora, the vocalist, she has an amazing voice on this. It kind of felt like reminiscent of almost like Christina Scabia from Lacuna Coil. I got some of those vibes from it. So I did love her vocals on it. But just musically, it wasn't bad. It's just not something that's for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, at least somebody knew where they were to listen to the correct country. I mean, I'm over here like this is not the one. Like, I was like, I failed on that one. All right, cool. Well, it still sounds like an interesting band. Maybe I will check it out because I don't mind some industrial kind of gothicy metal, but it's
Right.
not like they'll have like a complete whole album I like listening to. And I did enjoy Blood by In This Moment. I mean, I don't enjoy all their stuff, but Blood was a good album. Um, so yeah, okay. So you're gonna go ahead and take on the next one since you found more more bands than I
No,
did.
this is one of the bands that's kind of an offshoot from Nagura Bungit.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Another
this is
segue.
and it's an album that I absolutely love. This is Argus McGear with Vey. I always thought it was Veil because it looks like it's Veil, but it's Veii is the name. It's atmospheric, progressive black metal. It's members that were in the first kind of carnation of Nagura Bungit that when he split the band up in 2013, they were a part of that first wave. It was a side project that those members had going before the split, but this album was, I think, their first release after that split. And for me, it's just absolutely phenomenal. Even in 2017, when I did my end of the year list, I said that this was an album that I'd listened to more that year than any of the other albums, and it still gets pulled out to this day because I love it that much. So it's definitely one that I had to talk about, and it's on the label Loud Rage Music, which is actually a record label in Romania. So if you're looking to find some Romanian bands, there are a lot on Loud Rage Music. Pretty varied label that has all styles of extreme. You got stuff. There's a grindcore band that I know that's called Blue Trina that is on there, and I only know of them because their album name is Looney fucking Grind, and people used to call me Looney in high school to make fun of me. So
Oh,
that one kind of stuck with me. And one other black metal band out of Romania that I really love is a band called Acral Necrosis. This is their, I think, sophomore full length entitled Underlight. All of the songs on this particular album are based on death, and it's kind of thrashy, black metal. They do slow it down at times. It can get a little doomy, but it's definitely my favorite release from that band, and I do highly recommend that one. So that's something that um, I recommend you check out. If you need me to type it in the comments later, I
You could
will.
go
If
ahead,
someone,
yeah.
so
Have you know okay, first of all, I like to say I apologize for the noise. I didn't realize how loud the they're doing construction in the next door. I think they're building like a second part to the house. I don't know, but it's like a big thing that they're doing. And
and
I
I have a
just real
road.
you
I have
have
a
a
road,
road, yeah.
so working together on the noise
And then with the redneck trucks and everything, I could just imagine. No, it's just
all day, all night.
I rather deal with the dogs next door. But no, I just want to apologize for that because I am now realizing this is fucking loud. And that's because I closed the window and everything. But did you notice? I mean, it's usually like this with a lot of countries that I've searched. There was a lot of like black atmospheric. It wasn't just black metal. It was like black atmospheric mixed, or it was mixed with something else. A lot of these bands, I didn't find no like I don't know trad metal. You know, I mean they're probably
Right.
in there, but they probably did. It was just hard shit to find. But I noticed that I was like, this is a very depressed country. I was like,
Well, there was like a big wave too of like atmospheric black metal got super popular probably about 10 years ago, 10 to 13, somewhere in that time period. There was like a huge wave. You had like bands like Elderwind
yeah,
coming out. I remember them, everybody, and and there was bands all over the world like kind of followed suit. So it kind of goes in waves. Um, you'll be having, I'd say, maybe five more years. You go to look, and you'll be seeing all these old school death metal bands everywhere, just because that's what's hot right now. That's what everyone's into. But there was a period within, I'd say, it kind of died off a little bit, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, as far as the atmospheric black metal, and that's when the old school death metal wave kind of kicked in. But I mean, it's like everything in life. It just comes in phases, and they're right now when you look, it's just that's the way it is. Those atmospheric black metal bands are just in the forefront because that's what was popular in that last wave or time period. But that's just kind of how I tend to see it.
it's funny. I would have thought it would be more like the trad metal scene kind of coming back because of like
Right.
Haunt and Night. And well, Night is like mixed with a little bit of black metal and other stuff, but um Riot City and stuff like that, you know, because they're like blowing up in the smaller scenes right now. And so I
Right.
would have thought more of that. I mean, it could be competition between the both too. Sometimes that
True.
happens. I mean, look what happened with the glam scene and the thrash metal when it came in. So they were in competition.
Right.
So yeah, no, totally. I mean, it'll be nice. And I do remember when I started YouTube, I think almost like 7 or 6 years ago, everybody wanted the most rawest black metal out there, but it was obviously because it was a trend. I don't even think a lot of these people liked it. And I think it
Right.
was just like, let's try to get the most goriest cover album you could get. You know, it was like, but is the music even good? You know, like that's the thing. Is the music even good? Or do you even like them? But yeah. No, and let's see. Do we have any other bands we need to cover? Or I think
I don't have any more written down that I wanted. I think I kind of went through the ones that I enjoyed. I definitely wanted to get that Argus McGear and the Acral Necrosis because those are probably my two favorite Romanian bands.
yeah.
So just off the top of my head, I don't have any just sticking there. I'll probably think of some later, but
Yeah.
I like Loud Rage Music. I said that label. That's definitely a label to go because they put out, and it is pretty easy to find their material here in the states, and it not be just cost you an arm and a leg. A lot of distributors here in the U.S. carry Loud Rage Music titles, and you can get some pretty killer Romanian music at a decent price.
All right, cool. That's cool to know at least. Anyways, so let's go ahead and wrap this up then. Did you want to have the honors in introducing the next country? It won by
Uh,
a landslide.
Yeah, and I'm kind of salty about that. I think I was probably the only person that voted on
No,
the
you and a couple other people voted
okay.
for the other one too.
Okay, so all of you that are voting, you're going to have to do better next time. I really wanted to see a medal around the world Hungary, but the next episode is going to be Switzerland. So you guys voted, and that's what you're going to get. And I have to put in one little dad joke about Romania as well.
Okay.
The it kind of fits in because the heaviest building in the world is actually located in Romania. It's structured with steel and bronze, and that is some heavy metal. So there you go.
I'm still gonna post that up on my fucking on my Instagram, and I'll send it to you so you can fucking post it up too. Luxembourg, yeah, no, definitely no. I mean, I'm more on the roll with this now. I think everybody has seen I've been at least posting a little bit more up now. Um, but yeah, no, I'm excited to come back. So, I mean, being back here and everything. But anyways, yeah, no, I really thought Hungary was going to win. I really thought I was like, oh, it's gonna win. A lot of people like these kind of countries. They don't like the really popular countries unless it's like Norway. But no, it fucking surprised me. I was like, oh,
That truck. There goes the redneck truck. There we go. Every day. But
oh god. Well, anyways, thanks, Lonnie, for coming down. I'm
you're
so glad I was
welcome.
able to have you. When I get to Hungary, I'll invite you.
If nothing else, I will. I can send you some Hungarian death metal bands that I do like because they've got a pretty strong death metal scene over there. So
All right.
surprisingly, so
Yeah. All right. Well, it's good talking to you. Let's try to do another live stream soon. It doesn't have to be all about metal around the world because you have a lot of knowledge on this. You know, you've really contributed a lot to the metal scene and everything. So,
that's it. Thank you. I don't do well with
I know.
compliments and stuff.
I know.
So
Oh, okay. Well, fuck you then.
I'm an idiot. Yeah, don't follow me. I mean it. No. But
Oh my
thank
God,
you for having me. I do appreciate you having me. Hopefully, it won't be 2 years before I live stream again. So, see, Rick saw this, and Rick sees my internet connection. So now I have to start ducking him on Saturday nights when he wants me to jump in those scenes. But as I was saying earlier, I am notoriously difficult to get a hold of. So kudos to you for getting me on this live stream. So
I'm just surprised you said yes because I know I've asked you a couple times before, and you're like, "Oh, well, I'm in the process of moving." So then when you finally moved in, I was like, maybe I should ask again.
I was having a good meds day that day too. I was feeling good. I was like, you know what, we're gonna
What's it?
sure.
You said meds, like you were on your meds.
I am on my
Oh,
meds.
I
I
didn't
am not
know.
ashamed to admit it. I am on my
Well, I
meds.
didn't know. I try not to like joke around with that because I know like people take it seriously. So I was like, did he say Man's Day or Meds Day? Like I'm
I,
not sure.
I mental health. You guys out there, you take care of your mental health. That is
Yep,
the most important thing that you have. There's
yep.
nothing to be ashamed about. If you need to go talk to somebody, do it. I did, and it's definitely helped. I mean, you see, I'm here. I'm in a better mood than I've been in a while. So, little PSA there at the end.
Yeah. But you need to get used to compliments, okay? I mean, I know I do the same thing when people say something. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm waiting, but I'm waiting for that part.
And it's one of those like I don't even watch my own videos because
I
I
don't like
don't
it
like
either.
it. And it's just kind of a manscaping day.
I'm not good. Every time once I'm edited, once it's up there, once I see the final cut, I'm like, that's it. I don't want to see it again. It's just, and then
Yeah,
most of the time when I'm filming, because how it's been my living situation for the past 2 years, like everyone's asleep. And of course, at nighttime is when I have time and I can't talk as loud or anything. So, or energetic. So I'm like, no, we need to start doing this on my days off. It's just, or
right.
even before, like when I'm doing, even because the one I was surprised a lot of people like when I was talking about the last two shows I went to, I was doing my makeup because I was like, I have to go and I need to talk about this. But it was received all right. I thought people were gonna be like, I don't want to see this shit. Like, what are you doing to
Well,
your face?
that's like Tony. Um, he did a video where he was cooking and showing that, and it was awesome. It was just it was something different. So anytime people do something like that that's different, it's definitely something that a lot of people are going to like. So
Yeah, you should definitely do the one with the suit again.
I've heard that a lot. That one was probably one of the hardest videos that I've ever done. So aside from the one where I'm eating the hot stuff, I don't know if I'll do those again. But like the one in the suit, because I don't edit and I don't cut, just having to keep it together for that duration of the video, that one
Dude,
was kind of tough.
I know you don't like compliments, but I'll give you props for being able to like talk. You speak very well. I don't. Like I have to pause a lot or I fuck up something or even especially because I know I've had people tell me, well, your accent kind of interrupts shit. Like like Spanish. I was like, wow, okay. So yeah, there are times I was like, fuck, I do have a thicko accent. I didn't even know I had an accent. Like, you know, because I live
I
in
mean,
LA. We all have it.
I had the video where the guy told me that I needed to start quit reviewing metal and just do country music because of my accent. So I mean, I get it. I mean, and I mean, like it's so easy for people just to say no. I don't want to cut the grass. Period. So
Like, what's a good band you could review that has some I guess country, like
I've got a
Phenomenon
band.
or something, the
There's
Kentucky
Lawnmower
band.
Death. There's a band called Mower that I've seen live. I have their CD, but yeah, I don't. I hate yard work. It's the bane of my existence. But that video will not be happening.
When I think of like country mixed with metal, I think of like bro metal, like Five Finger Death Punch, and I could already tell that shit because we all know I am not a Five Finger Death Punch fan. So yeah, no, I can't see you do that, even though you live out in the middle of nowhere. I can't see you at all. Like,
Actually, now I'm in the middle of town. I moved to a new town, and I actually live in a town that has less people in population than I have YouTube subscribers, but I'm right in the middle of town. Like I'm right next to the high school. So I mean, like on Friday nights during football season, everything's going on. Christmas parade came right by my house, and last year at Christmas, it's taken some getting used to because before then I was in the middle of nowhere. There was nothing around. So at least now I have a straight shot into Memphis where I can go see shows and stuff. And I have internet connection that allows me to do streams. The last
no,
house
that's
I was
good.
on satellite internet and it was awful.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right then. I'm gonna go ahead and end this broadcast then. So, anyways, any last words, Lonnie?
That's all I've got. Thank you for allowing me to come and ramble on your channel. I had a good time.
No,
So
I had a good time inviting you and everything. So, anyways, yeah. All right, everyone. Make sure to take care of your vaginas. Have a wonderful day. Bye.